I'll watch some TV. It'll help me to relax.
Welcome back to the Ren and Stimpy recap. As we have now finished the retrospectives for Season 5, the last season of the original show, I'm now gonna wrap up the season with a live stream of the Season 5 episode tier list, probably next month, and my thoughts on the season today.
And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions.
We are gonna start off with the animation of Season 5, or I guess just the look of Season 5, because I don't know anything about animation. I've realized that I'm always saying like animation and then I talk about how the season looks. It's kind of similar to Season 4, especially at its lowest, because Season 5 has a couple of lows. The worst example is probably Schoolmates, because that episode just don't look good. Hair of the Cat is kind of the same, with some not very nice designs. There's just multiple episodes this season where I don't like the color choices, as it's a bit bland in my opinion. But that's not all episodes. There are nicer looking ones, of course, like All Blue Nose, Sammy and Me, and The Last Temptation. But to me, it kind of feels like there are no standout episodes when it comes to the visuals. Everything is either just kinda good or kinda bad. There is no My Shiny Friend or Ren's retirement here, which is kinda sad. We got some nice detail shots, but they are even less common than last season. Character-wise, we got a couple stinkers for both our main characters. Schoolmates at the bottom once again, but dog tags and Who's Stupid Now don't show them at their best either. But here we got some actual great appearances as well to balance it out. Ren's Brain is probably one of the best stories of the games era and one of the best Stimpy stories. I really like how he is portrayed in that one, and both of them are great in Pen Pals. I like Ren's characterization, especially in Big Flakes. No wonder, cause that episode have him at his most crazy this season, which is my favorite character trait of his. Just being crazy.
The walls are closing in. Closer, closer.
He is losing his mind in that one, which we sadly didn't get quite enough of this season to me. We did get some annoying Stimpy this season, unfortunately, with his portrayal in I Was a Teenage Stimpy. That is kind of justified though, by the plot, since it was all about how, teenagers are annoying and stuff. But it's still, I didn't enjoy him that much in that episode. Except for that one, I think Stimpy was likable in pretty much every episode, which is great. Even in Terminal Stimpy, where he was being weird about dying, they pulled it off, and I think it's always good when Ren is the one being annoyed by him, more than the audience. Ren was solid the whole season as well, except for the episodes I mentioned earlier. As for stories, not too many psychodramas this season, like I said, not too much of Crazy Ren, not much Ren freakout at all, but was there variety in the other plots? Well, kinda. We had the light-hearted episodes like Bellhops, Pen Pals and Dinner Party, and then darker episodes like Ren's Brain, Sammy and Me and Terminal Stimpy. No storybook episodes, but a space episode with Space Dog, which gave the season some nice change of scenery. And Feud for Sale was very welcome in this season. Switching focus to Abner, Ewald and the Salesman in a western setting might not be the best thing in a season with Powder Toastman and the Scotsman, but since neither of those had an episode in this season, it was just nice to have a Feud for Sale. And since Wilbur was dead, the whole season, and only appeared in the last episode, we didn't have too many episodes at all where the focus wasn't on Ren and Stimpy. That's a problem I have had with the two previous seasons especially, and it wasn't a big problem here. We had Reverend Jack and I guess the dreaded schoolmates, but neither of these had that be a big problem in the episode. Now, there was a lot of problems in Schoolmates, but shock, like hijacking the plot, wasn't really one of them. I think other highlight stories were Stimpy's Pet, where we managed to get an annoy Ren plot that wasn't annoying, Sammy and Me for its disturbing, very nicely paced plot, and Dinner Party for just a very nice relaxed party atmosphere with some cool diversions. Diversions, is that a word? I think it is a word, but I don't know if I'm using it like in the right way. I'm not gonna Google it, but what I mean is some like turns you didn't expect in the episode's plot. The Last Temptation and Stupid Sidekick Union were good stories as well, but both just had some very minor plot problems. Stupid Sidekicks Union had a bit of a stretch in Stimpy's character with him unionizing against Ren, which felt a bit out of character, but the story overall was very entertaining. Then The Last Temptation just didn't deliver as much quite in the second half with Ren's change, just because the first half did so good that it was hard to like deliver on the same level, I guess. I've grown a bit more positive feelings towards Space Dogged, and looking past how it's a non-Commander Hoek space episode, it's still a fun story. Comedy-wise, it's not much of a change from previous seasons. We have some hilarious episodes like Feud for Sale, Pen Pals and Stupid Sidekicks Union, and then some painfully unfunny ones. Or it's really just schoolmates mostly, but I feel like Dog Tags, City Hicks, and I Was a Teenage Stimpy kind of dropped the ball on the comedy. Bellhops and Dinner Party were funny as well, and the slapstick is as good as ever, and the episodes I mentioned can shine through with some like clever jokes as well. This season as a whole is pretty consistent, although that means it don't often reach high highs or low lows, except for a couple of standouts. The ranking for the season will be done in a livestream as usual, I think in June. Now it gets interesting because we are at Ren and Stimpy Adult Party Cartoon. Join me next week where we are kicking off APC with Onward and Upward.
Goodbye, folks.